What's up, everyone, and welcome to Serious Gentleman Gaming E3 Post Show. I'm your host, Dom. With me, my co-host, Mike.
Good day. I've been waiting 3 weeks to do that.
He's British now.
And my co-host, John.
Hi.
How's
I'm not
it
British.
going?
I'm not British either.
It's going really well.
So, how much of E3 did you guys actually get to watch?
lot
Live,
of it.
not much.
Not live. No, I think the only live thing I actually watched was the Nintendo Direct, and a bit of the Sony conference, but I didn't watch most of it live.
Yeah.
I unfortunately have been glued to my computer since Monday. So,
Well, you're just that dedicated.
everything that I missed, I caught up on during the usual hours when people slept. And I feel like a zombie. So, before we get started, before we jump right into all the E3 news, we actually have a viewer question.
Well, geez,
Shockingly.
let's just not sugarcoat it here.
No, we're not. We're just going right into it.
Screw it.
Hello, Beltalk. You know who it is. It's...
Cut!
What the heck?
You're doing it wrong!
What are you talking about?
It's no longer Battle Talk! That show ended!
No! Salutations, serious gentlemen gaming. This is I, Jakinator. You thought you got rid of me by changing the name of the show, but I'm not so easy to get rid of. So let's talk business. You are probably talking about E3 with all the hype around it. To be honest, I'm not that into it all since I haven't owned a console since the PlayStation 2. But that does mean I still can't ask questions, so I'll give you a fairly simple one since it's the start of the new show. James, tea please. Thank you. So, about all the news around E3, which game are you most hyped around? Which game would you like to buy the most? And which game is probably the first one that you will buy of all of them? Checking it out. Hi, Fall Guys.
Yeah. So, that is classic Jakinator. For those of you who don't know, we did a podcast previously, a Blizzard podcast called Battle Talk. Jake was a regular call-in over there, and he decided to continue the trend on with our new show. So, guys, what game are you most excited for announced at E3?
I would have to say, let's see, announced. I'm going to get away from the gigantic AAA titles. Star Ocean. Star Ocean 5.
Interesting.
Okay, fuck this hat.
Fuck that hat.
Seriously.
Actually, fuck that hat.
Seriously. Serious. And when it Pinky. But yes.
I'm most excited for frickin'... Well, I mean, of course, Star Wars Battlefront, because, I mean, I need that in my life.
I was steering away from that, but yes.
I need it.
That and Fallout.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sunk more hours into Fallout than I can even remember. Because of that, I'm actually looking how many hours I sunk into that game.
And I'm actually a secondary choice besides because Batman's coming out like frickin' tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. But
Monday.
actually,
Monday night,
Zelda
Tuesday. But yeah.
Zelda Triforce Heroes
Zelda Triforce Heroes looks
looks
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
Does actually look interesting.
I'm not usually a console gamer. I bought my 3DS for Link Between Worlds. Have not played a game on 3DS since then, so I'm probably going to pick up Triforce Heroes, and the fact that there's multiplayer, not local multiplayer, but you can play with anybody. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
It's going to be awesome.
But for me, I'm going to have to go with the big one. My most anticipated game, Super Mario Maker.
Pleasant choice, sir.
I'm like, obviously everybody's expecting me to say Final Fantasy because they know how big of a Final Fantasy fan. And if I wasn't going to say Final Fantasy, you would have expected that I was going to say Kingdom Hearts 3.
Sure.
But Mario Maker, you don't understand like the need for me to have this game.
It's built for you.
I've been obsessing ever since this game was announced, looking at every little screenshot. How is this going to work? Like, because they just, they're like, oh, so Magic Koopa. You could put Magic Koopa in from Super Mario World, but he was never in Super Mario 3. He was never in Super Mario 1. But if you drop him in the world, there's now like a 16 and an 8-bit version of him that function. And you could make a course with Magic Koopa in the first Mario Brothers. But I did notice not every single thing carries over. Yoshi, for example. There is no Super Mario 3, and there is no Mario 1 version of Yoshi. So it looks like Yoshi's going to get the Kerbo shoe. It's the same item, so the boot used to hop around in Mario 3.
Yes.
So that's going to be
there's
the
a stiletto,
replacement
too.
power-up. Yeah, there's a stiletto. I don't know. It was incredible. But yeah, so Mario Maker is we'll get into Mario Maker in a little bit, but that's the one that I'm looking the most forward to. Very close second is Final Fantasy though. But yeah. So, first big press conference we had actually started Sunday. This is like the earliest we've ever had a start for E3 ever.
At a day zero.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And I don't know, we had Fallout 4 was announced. But
As everybody expected.
right, but Fallout 4 was announced actually like a week before E3.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys feel like the announcement for it cheapened it at all? Like, talking about it a week early?
I don't know if it cheapened. It cheapened a little bit of the surprise effect, but it definitely got people, well and truly hyped. And then there was the theory going around that it was all just a gigantic troll on Bethesda's part, and they were just going to be like, my favorite one was, it's a dark theater. The number 4 shows up on screen. And then everybody's cheering, freaking out. It looks like it's from Fallout. It's falling apart, made of rusty metal. There's like, a mushroom cloud in the background. And then it's like, it transitions away from 4, and it's like, new exciting adventures in Elder Scrolls Online. Or something like that. But
No, Fallout
the presenter
4,
would have gotten shot,
it
legitimately.
looks incredible. Fallout in general, the game's always looked pretty good. I've never played a Fallout game. I don't know.
Neither have
Don't
I.
look at me in that tone of voice.
Oh, gentlemen. You're missing out. That's all I got to say.
I tried. I did try Fallout 3, but it didn't really grab me. But I have to say, 4 still does look really, really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, 4 looks great. Personally, it's not my style. I prefer platformers than free roam games like that.
hey, you may get some platforming sections. They're putting, jetpacks on the power armor.
That's true.
Yeah.
The one though that looks more my speed is Fallout Shelter.
Mm-hmm.
They announced that one. It's out.
Yes, it did.
It's out currently
It's actually out.
for
Yeah.
iOS, but not for Android yet. But this looks incredible. Like, I think I would have so much fun with this game.
Yeah, it's cute.
It reminds me of a much cuter version of the base management in, what do you call it, in XCOM.
An XCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that it has like hints of XCOM, FTL. It takes away from that. It kind of looks a little bit like The Sims to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it seems like a lot of fun. I do want to try Fallout 4 though. I'm definitely going to be trying Fallout Shelter. I don't know. Are you going to get the collector's edition?
No, but my coworker is.
And actually, Cleo's brother absolutely is, because he will walk around for the rest of his life with the Pip-Boy on his arm.
He really will.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
I mean, he has the jacket, the Fallout blue and yellow jacket, and he's real hard into this game. So I kind of want to. I'm glad he's getting it, because I want to see it in person. I really do. So
Yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think out of everything that Bethesda announced, though, the one that I'm looking the most forward to there is Doom.
Oh yeah,
A new Doom.
this looks so nice.
Doom.
Look at all that blood, damn it.
Doom just
Look at
looks incredible. And there was so much like gameplay footage that was revealed where there's like scenes where you walk up like right here. See how you're not shooting the guy, but like you just stomped his head in.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's incredible. Like there's all these like finishing moves they said that are close quarters, dynamic. They're gonna be the enemies are gonna be in a staggered state, and depending on where you look is gonna like how you're looking in reaction to the monster is gonna set the scenario for each of the finishing moves. So.
Yeah, it looks like as fast paced as Doom ought to be.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like, they really are rewarding you for being aggressive for sure, which is kind of something we've been lacking in shooter games lately, I think.
Yep.
We've had a lot of cover.
There's everything in this that you would expect out of a Doom game. Speed, the guns, the demons. They said there will be a hell difficulty level. It's going to be more of a push forward combat than a kind of go around and, find this key and then backtrack through half the level. And this one's going to be, just straight through, push the whole way through. And probably the thing, multiplayer looked amazing. Like, that looked incredible because it's more of like a Halo style, kind of all over the map. You get power-ups and different things like that. There's even a item that gives you quad damage and turns you into a demon. Like, that's insane.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Doom multiplayer.
I mean, Doom is probably the first PC game I ever played, to be completely honest, other than like those Oregon Trail, educational games.
Yeah.
But Doom, I think, is the first real computer game I ever played.
And back then they actually had a mod in the multiplayer.
Yes, and I spent unbelievable amount of time not only modding in the multiplayer, but actually creating levels. And there was a series I worked on called Hell Revealed. I did a prequel to it called Hell Unleashed, and I contributed a level for Hell Revealed 2. And that game was, I just love it so much. But there's going to actually be a full fleshed out editor in Doom called SnapMap, which actually will allow you to build courses cross-platform. So if I build a course on the PC and you own the game on PS4, you can play my course.
Yeah.
Well,
that's so good of them to do.
Yeah.
That's nice. And from, a technical standpoint, that part isn't actually that difficult.
No, it's not. It's just, this is the first game I've heard of that's done something like this, and I'm really excited for that. They have like all the scripted battle waves. You could just drop in a pre-scripted wave, and then if you don't like it, you can edit the wave itself. You want just all imps in it. You want cacodemons, whatever they were. Like, you drop them all in there. You can edit, do it however you want. And you can make single-player, co-op, and multiplayer maps. So that's going to be great. Next game on the list is Dishonored 2.
Well, that's nice, because Dishonored 1 was a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dishonored 2 is getting a spring 2016 release.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. It just, it looks incredible.
I mean, I don't think that was in engine though. This trailer was all kind of pre-rendered.
I think it may have been pre-rendered, but
yeah. So I mean that's and I'm going to be saying this a lot, I'm sure tonight, but I don't get that excited. I mean, yes, fancy trailers, it's a movie, wonderful, but I need to see what the game is,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I will reserve my judgment on this until I see some gameplay.
And I'm honestly, games I've seen gameplay of, I'm still reserving judgment until I see, release day gameplay.
Yeah, because they always do the old touch-ups and whatnot, and lots of games, especially last year, have gotten some serious visual downgrades from trailers we've seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep. Bethesda also announced a Elder Scrolls card game.
That intrigues me.
Yeah.
Caught me by surprise.
It's like, okay, Elder Scrolls, you made an MMO. Now you're making a card game. Are we getting a MOBA from you next year?
Perhaps Anachi, yes.
They're not the only ones that announced a card game, though. Keep
Yeah, I
that in
think
mind.
everybody...
This is true.
I don't want to be that guy who says they realize how successful Hearthstone is, but I'm going to be that guy and say they realize how successful Hearthstone is and how much money it could make them.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the trailer that looks exactly like the Hearthstone trailer?
No, totally doesn't, does it?
It's actually pretty funny.
It's like almost shot for shot,
Kind of.
just slightly.
The slice through the page with the rogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It looks
Expertly done, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
It looks like they're trying to piggyback off of the hype that is Hearthstone, but I don't want to prejudge it, and it may actually be a really good game.
Could be,
So-
possibly.
I will be giving it a try. I love card games.
It's free to play.
Exactly free to play. It's coming out later this year on top of it. So, I don't know. I like card games, and I like them more online because then I actually have people to play with.
There you go.
Because I have no friends.
Oh.
Well, let me rephrase that. I have no friends that play card games. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Yep.
And finally, from Bethesda, we had Battlecry. Did you guys get a chance to check out Battlecry?
I mean, I watched this trailer. That's basically all I did.
Mhm.
It's
It looks very, very entertaining. Is
Out
what I
of,
have
like,
to say.
yeah. I wasn't sure what to think because it weirdly reminded me of like Mortal Kombat when I first saw it. Because just like the wacky fucking blood spatter and
It reminds
everything.
me of a cross between Mortal Kombat and like Team Fortress.
Yes, I was just going to
Yeah.
say that. It's like, what happens if we took Team Fortress and made a fighting game out of it?
You would get this.
Apparently, this is what you get when you combine those two.
It looks. I mean, it looks fun.
It does.
Hopefully, it will be.
Does. I'm probably not gonna be playing it, to be honest. There's way too many games that are coming out.
Of course,
Well,
there
there's
always
that.
are.
My time is very, very precious.
Time, yes. What is time?
Not enough of it.
Not enough of it.
So that concluded Bethesda's coverage. Overall, I think they had a pretty decent presence.
Hey, they won me when they said that in Fallout 4, dog meat cannot die. Because
Dying dogs.
no more dying dog, because that was the worst thing, going through an entire level and realizing, where's dog meat? When did he die? How long ago was that? Shit.
Sadness just overwhelms you.
Yeah.
Guilty of that.
So next up is Microsoft. Microsoft kind of stole the show at first
Ish.
by announcing backwards compatibility for all of the Xbox 360 titles.
Well, thank you for giving me one reason to want to buy an Xbone.
Just one.
Because I didn't have any before. Now I
Oh.
have one.
My big issue, like, it's no secret, I'm not a Microsoft fan when it comes to consoles. But my big issue is this is something that would have been a much more impactful announcement if they did it last year. The console's been out for over a year now, or almost a year. It's been, what, 9 months?
Yeah. It's yeah.
About 9 months or so. But, like, why are they looking backward now? Like, are you trying to tell us at E3 with your big showcase for all brand new games that your focus right now is let's go back? Like, that doesn't send a good message to me.
You know what? It's weird because this would have basically cinched them the console war if they had this when it launched.
Yes.
Like
Well,
this
on
would have
launch day.
been it. like they would have just been
They
crowned
would've won.
kings. Hey,
I
Microsoft did
probably
it.
would have bought in one. I'm not gonna lie. I still would have bought
Yeah.
one PlayStation, but I would have
And-
bought an Xbox back then.
And I mean, that was my biggest draw to the PlayStation 3 when it came out. It had backwards compatibility. I still have the one that'll play PS1, 2, and 3 games. And it's broken, and I never want to get it fixed because they'll send me one of the shitty new ones that doesn't have backwards compatibility.
Yep. Yeah, my PS3 is a backwards compatible one as well. The 80 gig hard drive.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't make that one for long.
They
I got to
did
learn how
not.
to take that thing apart and fix it.
Yeah. But overall, this year, Microsoft actually did have a pretty good show. I
Yes,
was
they did.
thoroughly impressed.
Yeah.
I watched their whole show, and not once was I like, Like, I was a little upset with the backwards compatibility announcement, because PlayStation's getting their own, but still.
Yeah.
But I think the one that really stole the show was their Halo.
Of course. I mean,
Halo's their big... Halo is Microsoft's cash cow. I mean,
It is.
it has been, and it always will be.
it's their Mario at this point. You know,
It really, really is.
always gonna be one.
So in this, we're gonna get Spartan Locke's missions to hunt down Master Chief, but obviously there's a Master Chief campaign as well. But the focus point for me here was what they're showing right now, which is the Warzone mode,
Warzone.
which is
It
12
looks-
on 12.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Looks fucking fantastic.
Well, I mean, it took like big team battle and just made it
Yeah,
more crazy.
it took big team battle and cranked it up to 11. But here's my thing with big team battle. I mean, they better have some seriously good netcode for that, because nothing sucked more than getting into a full, 8-on-8 big team battle game, and the host was on like dial-up or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Or at least it felt that way.
Yeah, or at least it felt that way, yeah. So, I mean, that looks amazing. I'm praying for stable internet.
And
I
even
mean,
so, you
judging-
get that one person that comes in and is lagging all over the map. That one person kind of ruins it for you too.
Oh,
Yeah,
look, my
teleport
rocket
me.
went through your face and exploded on, my teammate and shit.
You know, my one reservation here is that like the netcode for Halo Master Chief Collection is still fucking awful. That game still does not work online. It's been out for how long?
From what I understood, though, didn't they leave a majority of that intact from the originals? I don't think
I
they
don't-
changed too much, including the netcode.
They,
I never touched it.
yeah, but that's the problem. They didn't change the fucking netcode.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Cost money, guys.
I don't know, but the Halo, it really has me considering buying an Xbox. It really does.
I hate to say
Haven't
that, but me
swayed
too.
yet. Nope. I'll just come over to your house and play it.
Go over your girlfriend's house and play
Yeah.
her brothers.
Yeah, do that.
I mean,
And invite
I
us
suppose
too.
I could. Yeah.
Yes, invite us too, please. Especially because we all know Nick is getting Halo.
But it's not just that, because the other game, which they actually didn't show this year at E3, they showed last year, it was a game Quantum Break. And Quantum Break is the game that I'm the most interested in. It involves like stopping time, and they're wearing these wristwatches, and they can freeze and pull people out of stop time as long as they continue to touch them. And that game, that's exclusive to Xbox, and that looks really, really good. And I almost want to buy an Xbox just for Quantum Break. But now Halo comes along, and it gives me a second reason to want to buy. And then it's like, oh, backward compatibility? I could catch up on all these other games that I never played?
What's like, be still my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish we would have gotten more of it. I'm looking it up now. It says release date 2016, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get anything on it this time, so we're definitely going to hear from it next E3. That's for sure. But the other one that actually kind of stole the show for me was Gears of War 4.
Gears of War. That was a fun game.
The waist high cover simulator.
We used to play that on projectors in classrooms when the first Gears of War came out when I was in college. That was awesome, to say the least.
Yeah.
Fond memories of that shit.
Luckily for this game, it is also coming to PC.
Good.
If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you see the fanboy rage when that announcement was made?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Ultimate Edition is going to cost $40. It's going to include early beta access, and if I'm not mistaken, the PC version can get the Ultimate Edition as well.
Not bad. And only is it $40 or $40 extra?
It says $40. So
Yeah, it's just 40.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, not a bad deal.
No, not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with Phaedrus in chat right now. The 60 FPS black screen, it's my biggest problem with Gears of War. Their color palette is just gray, dark gray, black, brown,
There's a little navy blue thrown in there.
and muzzle flash.
well, you could just turn the brightness up on your screen, right? That's how that works.
No, it's drab. The game is drab looking. That's really what the problem is. It's just
That was bright right there.
Yeah, that lighting.
Oh.
And it depends on if
There's
the
a
entire
flashlight.
game looks like this, then yeah. But I think for this particular scene that is playing out, I think it's perfect. They got the flashlights going that you could see the color palette when something is shined with the flashlight, or even the muzzle of the gun there. Like it looks beautiful. It really does.
Oh yeah. And if this is all in engine and such, it runs nicely. So
See, because you have that color palette going with that, and that just makes that look more spectacular. Just having it darker like that. And you get the creepy interiors. It kind of reminds me almost like a little bit of Silent Hill.
To a degree, yeah.
Because you have limited range of eyesight.
There's less bubble-headed nurses, but
Yeah, there is that. Yeah. Then actually, which was really surprising to me, was this new game called Recore, which is a brand new game by the creators of Metroid and Mega Man.
Yeah.
Making a Microsoft game.
Yeah,
that one's an interesting one.
Microsoft Studios. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But
I'm instantly thinking of Mega Man and Rush right there.
Yep.
It's okay, I see it. So
it's there.
But it's more of, instead of that being Mega Man, it's more of a cross between Mega Man and Samus.
To a degree, I suppose. It's Keiji Inafune, he's not part of Capcom anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, he's not.
So we were kind of all just waiting on the news of who kind of snapped him up, because he's still obviously an incredibly talented developer and game creator, because he fucking made Mega Man.
Right.
So I don't care what system it's on. I'm glad to see the man is working again. He also has Mighty Number 9 coming down the pike too, but it's good to see he's making a big AAA kind of game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't understand why she was sad when the dog died.
Yeah, because she just stuck the orb inside the chest of the robot, and it came to life. And
now you're bigger.
Spoilers. Oops.
Hey. But other than that, I see. You guys were fawning over Halo and Gears of War, but if this game turns out to be good, this would sway me in the Xbox direction.
Yeah, this would definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot that Xbox had to offer this year. They had me interested. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
This being one of them.
It does look very, very interesting.
I mean, no game. Obviously, we haven't seen any actual gameplay yet, but the concept of it seems very, very cool.
Hey, what? A 3D, a game like this that looks like it was made by the Mega Man guy. I just want another Mega Man Legends. So if this gives me even 1% of that game, I'm happy.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Would be good. We had a trailer for Forza Motorsport 6.
Hey guys, let's go drive some cars and not be nearly as good as Gran Turismo ever was.
Cars.
Pretty much. It's just.
Hey, you know what?
Pretty cars.
I played Forza Motorsport 3 or 4. I forget which one. It was an alright game, but you know what? I never sank as much time into that game as I did Gran Turismo. Mostly because my neighbor in college had it and was a car fanatic, but I don't know, that it just didn't feel as good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
And
not.
I'm not into many racing games either.
Yeah, I'm not huge into the racing games. The last racing game, that I really enjoyed was Burnout 2, I think it was.
Need for Speed Underground was
Need for Speed was
probably my most enjoyed. Like the first Need for Speed Underground was my most enjoyed.
What was that futuristic game that they had on N64?
Wipeout.
No,
Wipeout.
no, it was racing.
Extreme G? No, that was GameCube.
Wipeout was racing.
No, that was like, I don't know. It wasn't Wipeout. It was like Rush 2014.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
2042, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
really enjoyed
Something like
that. I don't know. I like the weird, like RC Pro-Am. That's probably my favorite racing game of all time.
All right, there you go. I mean, it's a toss-up between Wipeout and F-Zero. I love both of those games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see. The really funny part about the whole Forza thing was like the fucking car masturbation we had to sit through
Yeah.
during the conference.
Yep.
That.
Holy fucking god! Look at this Ford. You want to fuck this Ford, don't you? It's like,
I know.
Stop it! I don't want to see this anymore. You're
Yeah.
making it weird.
Yep.
Make it weirder.
But speaking of RC Pro-Am, actually, Rare actually announced a retro pack, 30 games for $30. Includes all of their big games, including RC Pro-Am, as well as Battletoads, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie, and much, much more. A lot of people, and Perfect Dark was in that pack, and a lot of people instantly got online and started tweeting and, like, where's GoldenEye? Like, yeah, GoldenEye was their biggest game. But the problem is, they don't own the licenses to the James Bond characters. They cannot re-release the game. That's the same reason why we did not get there was, what was it? There was rumor on the original Wii that they were, when they brought that GoldenEye game, GoldenEye Rogue Agent, which was not made by Rare, but there was rumor that they were remaking GoldenEye, and everybody's like, oh my god, we're getting GoldenEye with online multiplayer. Everybody started freaking out, but the problem is that that's not the case. They don't own the rights to it. So not only like Nintendo to be able to get GoldenEye back, but like it was published by Nintendo and Rare as a co-op thing, so they'd have to get permission from Nintendo to do that, and to get permission from the Ian Fleming, whatever, for
the rights to use James Bond.
James Bond, yeah.
If they, out of this whole announcement, if they censored 1 ounce of Conker's Bad Fur Day, I will be very upset.
They're not going to.
They can't. There wouldn't be a game left.
No.
Oh, they most certainly can, but yeah, there wouldn't be a game left, like you said.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Xbox also announced this game, this cutesy little game, Gigantic.
I just had a Metal Arms flashback seeing that scene, but now it's gone. Now it is completely gone.
I don't
just
actually know too much about this game. All I know is the beta is in August,
Okay.
and I'm actually kind of excited for this one.
Getting a weird Overwatch vibe.
Yeah,
I am
be
getting
quite
a
honest.
huge Overwatch vibe from
Right?
this.
It's looking a little Overwatchy.
yeah. I do know that it is gonna have 5v5 competition.
And you know what? It's like Overwatch, but John, you'll remember this game. It has the art style of Cell Damage.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Now there was a good fucking game.
That was some good fucking car shooting.
I mean, it was like Demolition Derby, except Looney Tunes style.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was
Anyway, I don't know what to
This-
think. I don't know what to think of this. That looks actually kind of entertaining, and I always love cell shaded art styles because
Yeah.
you could do goofy shit and get away with it.
The one cell
Yeah.
shading game that I actually didn't like was the original Wind Waker.
I liked Wind Waker.
I liked Wind Waker, but I got bored of it really quickly. It was like
Alright.
after like the second or third time I had to go sailing is when I lost interest.
All right, the sailing part got boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when I had to sail from the north end of the map to the south end of the map after discovering that the world wasn't round.
Doesn't rap.
TL Petit, excuse me for butchering your name, says Gigantic was before Overwatch.
Okay, but I still got it.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
hadn't
yeah.
heard of Gigantic, and I got an
Still
Overwatch.
got the vibe.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
I've played more Blizzard games than anything. I'm sorry. It happens.
Yeah, then a really interesting kind of trailer showed up for this game called Iron.
Yes, and the only thing I was able to take away from this by the internet buzz was, "Fuck you, finish DayZ first."
Yeah, this is by the creators of DayZ. There's absolutely not much known. It's other than what you see in this trailer here. But based on the final frames of the trailer, which I'm going to skip ahead to, it kind of potentially leads to being able to body jump.
Either that or we're getting Matrix the game.
Well, we know how those turned out.
Yeah.
Matrix the game, except it's good.
Except decent. Yeah, I would say just maybe finish the game you have in early access. Yeah, do that.
I mean, they could have 2 teams working on this.
Could.
They could,
Likely do.
but fucking just finish your fucking game.
I don't know.
I don't trust you.
That would be,
I don't trust you.
I like sci-fi, so it's got my interest peaked.
that would be like
Right.
yelling at Blizzard to finish World of Warcraft before working on Heroes of the Storm. And guess what?
No,
Warcraft's never going
that's
to be
not
done.
the same. It's not the fucking same because those games are in full release.
That's true.
Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because there's a shit ton to cover.
There is quite a bit to cover. So there was a really interesting pirate game that yeah, that Xbox announced called Sea of Thieves.
What are pirates?
I don't know. This game's coming out holiday of 2016, and it's like this pirate multiplayer adventure game.
Hey, what are pirates? If you listen to Johnny Depp, pirates are the rock stars of the 17th century
Pretty much.
and 18th
So-
century.
Yeah, I don't know. This trailer, it was just so interesting because like, I don't know, like you can man a whole crew, and then they show you on the ship here, like one guy's steering, this guy's hoisting a sail, some other guy's swabbing the deck over there. This guy's
I was
hoisting
about
a
to say,
sail.
please tell me someone's swabbing the poop deck.
Yeah.
I'm in the poop deck.
Look, buried treasure, and then look, skeletons protecting the treasure.
Oh, gee.
My God.
Walk the plank. Like this. Oh my God, this game looks incredible.
Yeah, you get to be a pirate.
Potential sighted off the port bow. Interested.
I'm really interested in this game.
Yeah, all right. I'm sold. I've spent the last 2 days trying to catch up on everything I've missed,
Yeah.
and I've missed this.
Oh my
So-
God,
Yeah.
it was great, and it's like rare. Like
This is brilliant.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I trust you, Rare.
I do
Yeah,
trust
trust you.
Rare. Rare has been responsible for more fond memories of my childhood than I can remember.
Yeah.
I just think of Donkey Kong Country, and I'm like, sold, good, done.
Yeah.
Thank
there
you.
Go.
and that's another reason. That's why Donkey Kong was not included in the rare pack. Is Donkey Kong is owned by Nintendo.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So very owned.
We got some more footage they showed us last year. This year, we got to see more of Fable Legends.
Okay.
I don't know. This game is really interesting to me.
I liked Fable. I mean, I played more of Fable 2 than the other Fables. Or is it Fable? No, it was Fable 3 I played more of.
To my knowledge, this is the first game that is required Windows 10 to play.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
It's going to require Windows 10. I haven't even upgraded to Windows 8 yet.
And
No.
I'm not upgrading to Windows 8. I'm skipping from 7 right to 10.
I have one computer at work that runs on Windows 8, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Windows 10 is gone through quite a bit of changes, and it kind of takes the best parts of 7 and 8 and puts them in a blender.
Oh, good. So, okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's not as bad. Hello, giant people.
Yeah, oh my god, this game looks so good.
It looks really
This is another one. I've never actually played a Fable game.
Fable 3, I think, like I said, was the one I most played. It was either that or 2.
I own Fable 3.
Good
I
game.
have it on Steam, but I
Got repetitive after a while for me and
didn't have
boring.
the time to play it.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's a good franchise. I think anyone who enjoyed any of the other Fables is probably going to like this one. So,
I'll take it.
yeah.
Not the Windows 10 part. I mean, it's kind of forcing my hand to upgrade.
Yeah. Do you guys enjoy games where you die all the time?
As a matter of fact,
As
I
a
do.
matter of fact, I've been playing The Witcher 3 on the hardest difficulty, so I am a glutton for punishment lately.
fucking Death March Maniac. I play Darkest Dungeon a lot, so
Well,
There you go.
did you guys love the announcement of Dark Souls 3?
Now, I'm gonna be straight with you guys here. I have not played Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2 or even the new one, Bloodborne.
mm,
I did play Demon Souls though.
Yes, Demon Souls is pretty much the same.
I know it's pretty much the same thing. I'm just
my one kind of fear is that they're turning this into like a yearly thing now.
Hmm.
You know, so I'm getting a little worried because Bloodborne just came out.
Right.
Not too long ago, and it's the same team. It's the same.
Yeah, this
basic
coming
game.
early 2016. So,
Yeah. So
It's still-
it just the trend is kind of upsetting to me. But again, it's Dark Souls. I mean, if you want that experience of punishingly hard game, then here is your cup of tea.
hey,
Yep.
I like that sometimes.
Yep. I don't know. It's coming out for Xbox, but I believe it's multi-platform as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be for everything, I believe. They do Dark Souls.
Yeah.
They usually do. I mean, hopefully their PC port doesn't suck. They've had they don't have a good track record of PC ports launching that well.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, Dark Souls 2 is still actually only locked at 30 FPS. You have to mod it to get it above 30.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they do a better job this time.
Hopefully. We did not see any gameplay footage from it. So
No.
It's probably still very early, and they don't
Yeah.
show anything.
Yeah.
Derby janky alpha.
Janky alpha. I like it.
The one game that actually made me number one roll my eyes, and then number two get excited was none other than the new South Park game.
Well, so we're on to Ubisoft now.
We are onto Ubisoft, yes.
We are.
And so I was like, okay, I did not actually play the first South Park, but I heard it was really good. I heard it was
Yes.
incredible, and I do want to play it, and I'm probably going to find some time to play it coming up. But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, this is the same game all over again. Like, they're doing this whole thing. Here's Towley. It's just like, all right, I've had it. Like, we've seen this. We've seen this way too many times, even though we've only seen it once. But then we get to this here, and it's no longer an RPG like fantasy game. We're now, I mean, I guess it's still fantasy, but we're playing superheroes now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We get Cartman playing the Coon, and Coon and Friends.
Coon and Friends.
I can't wait.
Paintberry Crunch.
If this was the first game in the series, I probably would have gotten this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, to those of you who have played the Stick of Truth and to those of you who haven't, it was incredible. I mean, it was basically like a long episode of the show. You had the actual writers and creators of the show writing and creating the game. So, it's hilarious. And, the gameplay in Stick of Truth, no, not groundbreaking, but it got the job done and it didn't overstay its welcome either.
yeah.
Do
you like the name though? The Fractured Butthole.
The fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole.
It tickles me fancy.
It tickles you right in your.
It tickles
Right
him in his fractured butthole.
fancy butthole.
Oh.
There, I said
Whoa,
it.
Whoa.
I'm getting really wacky looks from my wife across the room.
She doesn't enjoy A good old fractured
A
butthole.
good old butthole tickling.
I'm not sure about her opinions on fractured buttholes, but I do know she's not a fan of South Park.
Ah, gotcha. Ubisoft also showed off some more footage for Rainbow Six Siege.
And while we're on the topic of my wife, this is probably the game she's most excited for out of E3. Rainbow Six, hon. Yeah, that just lit her face up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. This
I loved... I forget which Rainbow Six I played. It was for the Xbox, the original Xbox. I know that. That one. I loved that game. It was very good. It was challenging, and yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really surprised they're putting out 2 Tom Clancy games. You know? Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, and then we have Tom Clancy's Division.
But they're two...
They're 2 drastically different games.
They have shooting elements, but they are 2 drastically different games and ideas.
But still, it's 2 Tom Clancy games actually caught me off guard. Ubisoft also revealed that anyone who purchases Rainbow Six Siege will also receive Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2 for free.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Buy a game and get the 2 prequel, the 2 that came before it. Free.
Yep.
I'll take it.
And then the Division, we had some more footage shown off, but it's pretty much more of the same.
Yeah.
Nothing really groundbreaking there. They just showed like this whole little scene play out where you ran into some people, you gunned them down, and then your teammate gunned you down and at the end and like turned on you, and so they really showed you some of the dynamics that go on in that game, and you gotta kind of have to trust the people you're with. So I don't know. I'm excited for Division. I think that's probably in my top 5 from E3.
I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it.
I'm 100%
I might.
getting it. There's no doubt about that.
We'll see.
Dom's a backstabber.
I am.
He very much is.
Kill everyone. But Division comes out March 8th of 2016. Xbox is apparently getting beta in December, and it was playable on the show floor at E3. So
okay.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yep. So much more progress is being done, and I cannot wait. Another game that Ubisoft announced was For Honor, which is a very fast-paced, visceral melee combat game.
It's got Vikings.
Yes. It's got Vikings, so
of course.
I mean,
you get to choose between 3 great warrior legacies: Bold Knights, Brutal Vikings, or the Mysterious Samurai.
They're not that mysterious.
They are super mysterious.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll never understand them.
You don't even know. But once again, it looks like we got nothing but pre-rendered footage.
Yeah.
I hope... You know what? I'm looking for a melee combat game of the sort that actually has good, gameplay mechanics. Something that's interesting and not repetitive.
You say not repetitive, but the thing that I noticed about this trailer, and even more so now the second time around watching it, is they're showing like all 3 different groups or whatever, but they keep cutting into a scene where it's like right out of like one scene flows into the next. Like you go from
it's the same map, different tile sets.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that already has me worried right from the bat.
And that's pre-rendered.
Yes. See, like, look. What? We're gonna have a transition right here. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's interesting from a trailer standpoint.
Kind of.
But if that translates to the actual game, I'm gonna be like, great, now I'm playing the exact same map, except it's in Europe, and I'm a knight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much. Already has me worried right off the bat.
But you know what?
Does not have me worried, though, is Trials Fusion Awesome Level Max.
Let me guess, it's Trials Fusion, more the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an expansion. Comes out July 14th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And features a little unicorn.
Why not?
Games that feature unicorns are okay with me.
Just fine.
I mean, I think they were going for donkey, but it looked like a unicorn to me.
Yeah.
This next game coming up, I am getting.
Oh, are you now?
Oh, Anno 2205.
I played the ever-loving shit out of Anno 2070.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really good game. It was kind of got hard towards, the later part of it.
That's what she said.
But no, that game was good because it's a city builder, sort of.
Kind of, a little bit like SimCity.
It's like SimCity. There's some RTS elements to it, but I mean, the whole concept was the world is flooded due to a climate catastrophe, and the only land masses left are like islands and shit like that.
Right.
This one, it's probably going to be something similar on Earth, but hey, you can also build a city on the moon at the same time.
Yeah,
so
they are moving to space.
That's got me. I mean, obviously no in-game footage here or anything like that,
Right.
but it's got me. It's
You kind of
really
know what to
intriguing.
expect already out of it based on previous
Yes,
series.
I already know what to expect. I mean, some improvements need to be made and stuff like that, but I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. Another kind of big franchise that I could care less about was announced, Just Dance 2016.
Oh, thank God.
My life would be incomplete without Just Dance.
It was probably the most awkward briefing, that they had. Was the Just Dance. They had like a little mini concert going on that nobody seemed into.
Nope.
So
I don't know how that's still selling things, but I guess it's a good.
I loved
it's a good
Twitter.
party game.
Twitter's reaction, like Ubisoft, you had me. You were winning the whole show, and now all your fan base is gone. They've deserted you. Yeah. So sorry.
I don't know. The interesting thing I thought anyway was it does not require you to have a camera. You can just use the camera on your phone, which I thought that was kind of cool.
All right,
Not
I'll
gonna
take
lie,
it.
as much as I don't like the series, I'm not a fan of it. That is kind of cool.
Yeah. Great. More people thinking they can dance. Just roll it on out, Ubisoft.
It's true.
Roll it on out.
Here's a game, John, that
Speaking of rolling on out,
your girlfriend is going to be super interested in.
Okay, Cleo, if you're watching, mute the stream for the next 30 seconds. Because I'm going to say something that's going to get me stabbed the next time you see me.
Uh-oh.
I kind of doubt that.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So basically, it's going to be more of the same Assassin's Creed gameplay, or is there going to be something completely revolutionary to shake things up? Because I'm sorry, the formula is getting bland for me. My wife is across the room going, agreeing with me.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and trust me, Cleo is on the same page as
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Because
Loved Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2. They
Yeah.
were two of my favorite gameplay experiences in the last few years. I mean, loved the crap out of them. I went completionist on them both, whatever. And then it's like, all right, I can't wait for Assassin's Creed 3. And it's like, no, we're going to get Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed Revelations. And then it's like, all right, now you're just milking it. And it's like, Assassin's Creed 3. Kind of less excited.
I think what they tried to do to kind of reinvigorate some life in here is you get to play as Jacob Fry, character, from 1868 London, but you also get to play as his twin sister Evie Fry. So
You mean we're actually
My
getting
God.
a woman protagonist?
yes,
they found out how to render women.
Yes, we're getting the first female assassin in the game.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
She's not the first.
She's not the first?
She's
No, Aveline from Assassin's Creed Liberation
Oh, see,
was an offshoot of 3.
okay. Well, first in the main series anyway, right?
Anyway,
Yeah.
they lost me at Unity. Like they were starting to lose me before, but Unity just was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
You know what?
She's pretty
Unity
badass
was a
here, though.
fucking nightmare. And, well, this is the thing. 4 was good because it wasn't a good Assassin's Creed game. It was a good pirate game.
Yeah.
That.
That's
But
true.
that's why it was good. I actually really enjoyed a lot of 4. I didn't finish it fully, but I had a lot of fun with it because it was a great pirate game. The Assassin's Creed part sucks because they haven't. They're putting out a game every year, and this is kind of going back to what I was saying about Dark Souls, they're putting out a game every year. They're making very small iterations upon their game instead of innovating.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, and besides that, Unity had one of the worst launches in recent history. The game was a piece of fucking garbage when it came out.
I agree.
Barely worked. So,
And I mean, the first one was so great. Like, the storytelling, the gameplay was new. Second one innovated a bit on the gameplay, made it better, polish it. The story was also just as engrossing, and it's just slowly lost me, and I'm very upset about that because, I said, they were two of my favorite games.
Yeah, the weirdest thing about 3 was they used Ezio's rigging for Connor, which was fucking that's how lazy they got. It just got. I don't know.
Dollar bills lit up their eyeballs.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yep. There's also going to be some PS4 exclusive content with Assassin's Creed. A little playthrough called Dreadful Crimes, which is going to be based on famous murders in Victorian England.
Let me guess, Jack the Ripper.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I know how I said there were only 2 Tom Clancy games before.
You were wrong. There's a third.
Well, I wasn't wrong, but there are 3. But this one is not quite ready. This is pre-alpha footage that was shown here.
So you mean an in-game cinematic?
No.
Oh, there we go.
There's actual footage here, but I don't know. Game looks incredible. It's going to be a massive open world style game where you have different outcomes. In that particular path or whatever, you chose to assassinate the target. And they go on, this one, you're going to go in a more, stealthful manner and carry the guy out and put him in the back of your trunk and take him away. And the third option is you go in guns blazing and just nuke everything down. So there are multiple ways to achieve all your objectives, complete them, whatever. Game looks really interesting to me. I'm not the biggest fan of open world games because there's just so much to do that I feel like I can never do it all. And that frustrates me.
Don't get me started on The Witcher right now because that's... Let's see, you've played 44 hours, and I honestly feel like I've gotten nowhere.
I've played 80-something. I'm still got 75 treasures to find on one map. I'm just I'm just going to go die.
I mean, while we're on that, before we move on here, I was reading an article that said they had a guy speed run the game. The developers told him the critical quest paths to take, what shortcuts to take. He skipped all dialogue and skipped all cinematics. It took him just over 25 hours.
There you have it. A game, ladies and gentlemen.
That is... That's how you make a game.
That is a great game and stuff
and
like that.
That was skipping all side content.
I feel like when I play those kind of games, I have to do all the side content. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with my playtime until I do that. And there's just too much to do. I think the last open world game that I played was Watch Dogs.
Okay, Watch Dogs.
I put in an incredible amount of time in that game, and I'm still only 97% completion.
Right.
And it's because I can't get by the drinking games.
The Witcher's going to take 300 hours, I think, for me.
Yeah. To
complete everything.
Yeah.
Then EA came in and kind of gave us a mixed reaction show.
I always have mixed reactions for EA because they hype all their games. They're the greatest things under the sun since sliced bread or buttered bread or toast. And then they release, and it's like, look at all the day one DLC. Hey, look at this shit we showed off, but yeah, you got to actually pay extra for that. Hey, look at this buggy mess. And yeah, we just got lazy at that part and it's incomplete. And you know what? The game doesn't exactly play as nicely as we said. And we don't give a fuck. We want money. So
I mean, the roller coaster ride for me was, oh my god, amazing game, oh my god, sports. Oh my god, amazing game, oh my god, sports. Oh my god, amazing game, oh my god, sports.
EA does the sports games. But people buy them, so.
Right. But at the same token, they didn't really have any other way that they could have presented it other than putting their game and then putting their sports game and putting them back to back, because you have EA essentially has two audiences. They have the Mass Effect, Mirror's Edge fans kind of, and then they have the sports fans. And if they weigh too much in one side, they're going to lose their audience. So they have to keep jumping back and forth between. So
very true.
But yeah, I guess I don't know. Did you guys ever hear of the series called Mass Effect?
You mean the game that I own for 2 systems?
I don't know. It's just this little game that they're putting out, right?
I may have heard of it.
You mean
Not
the game
sure.
I've completed? Let's see. Mass Effect. What the hell are you doing? What? Okay, question.
Answer?
Where the fuck is Viva Pinata?
I don't know where the fuck Viva Pinata is.
God damn it, we're doing a show.
She's got a good point. You know what? Where the fuck... Microsoft, where the fuck is the next Viva Pinata game? Sorry. But, you interrupted my Mass Effect rant. I completed the game how many times on Xbox? I think 3. And then I got it for PC and completed it 2 more times. Same with Mass Effect 2. I think I completed it on an Xbox 2 or 3 times, and then another 2 or 3 times on PC. So, I may have...
He likes it.
I may not have heard of this game.
No, I've never heard of Mass Effect.
I think
my
I think as long as they learn from their mistakes from the last game, I think they're going to do just fine.
You know what? That last game, that just felt like a game that was rushed to release date. Like,
Yeah.
It seems
it was that game felt 95% complete.
Yeah, it seems like they got their shit together. So
I hope, because if this bombs, I lost all faith in EA a long time ago, but I still hold at that hope that BioWare isn't going to turn completely evil.
There's always that little bit of hope. Always that little bit of hope.
And
we had this game here, Mirror's Edge, which looks incredible. This is actual in-engine rendered footage.
Yeah.
The first Mirror's Edge was pretty.
It was.
Very, very well, rendered and good game.
Yep.
Especially for its time.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god, this looks incredible. This game's coming out February 23rd of 2016. First person. It's on their new Frostbite engine. It will follow the origin story of their heroine, and we're gonna have story missions with no levels, no loading screens. The entire game is gonna be free roaming with this very fluid combat.
I like it.
So I don't know. This game's just making me dizzy looking at it.
I mean, yeah, it's just parkour heaven.
It's a game. It's very much a motion-based game. Do not
Yes.
stop moving.
Do not.
And I like that.
It's kind of like that movie Crank.
Yes, it's different.
Kinda.
Just don't stop moving ever.
I've only seen like 2/3 of that movie, and my wife has never seen it. He forced us to watch it last time he was here. Well worth it. I love that movie. It's hilarious.
I forced them. I literally forced them.
This guy up here.
It's a great movie. You have to
At knife point.
You have to at least see it once. So, Star Wars: The Old Republic got a announcement for an expansion.
And here's the thing with this expansion: they are focusing almost solely on the story content.
Ooh, didn't see that one coming. Level cap is increased to 65. It is going to focus on the new threat of the Eternal Empire and its leader, the Emperor of the Eternal Throne. So,
I like the idea. I mean, Old Republic was a hell of a lot of fun. I mean, that was the most fun I have ever had leveling in an MMO.
mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, the story, it was great. And then once you got to max level and you started raiding and stuff like that, it just, I don't know, it felt like a poorly executed WoW clone to me.
Yeah, I mean, by the time I got to
It was 2 games.
Tatooine, I think I was bored with it. It was
I mean, it was...
what, level 30-ish?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right around level 30. I was like, I'm really bored of this game.
I loved leveling through it, though. Like, It was so much
I
fun.
enjoyed it at first, and like I said, it was when I got to around level 30, it just kind of dropped off for me. I don't know. And you would think Tatooine, of all places, the very iconic area from the films, would do it for me, and it didn't.
Sure,
So.
but
I think I was
Yeah.
actually disappointed by it. I think that's what. But from what I understand is the story overall is pretty good.
Pretty good. It's BioWare level quality. You know,
Yeah.
it's a BioWare
yeah.
quality story. It's a very good story.
But there's not a whole lot to do at max level.
We tried. We made a run of it, but it fell apart. People lost interest too quickly.
Yeah. Then announced was also in the Star Wars lineup was a new game called Galaxy of Heroes, which is another collectible card game.
yeah,
Oh my! It's the second one we've announced tonight.
Earth Wars.
Yes. This will be available on mobile devices. It spans the entire universe of Star Wars, all 6 films, and I'm sure there will be 7, 8, and 9 when those are released, but it's going
Of
to
course there will.
start off with the first 6. They said you can collect, battle, dominate your favorite characters and ships. So expect not only to be getting Han Solo, but the Millennium Falcon as well.
I would like to pit Darth Vader versus the Death Star. Go. Like
Yo.
Darth Vader versus the whole space station.
The whole thing.
That's no moon.
It won't be after the Death Star gets done with it.
Then this other little Star Wars title that they decided to pump out, show us some more
I'm
footage for.
saving my very, very colorful opinions about EA for this point. This game, all of this they're showing, it is amazing. Battlefront 2 I played more of than any other Xbox game I owned, say it minus Mass Effect. I am really excited for this game, but I
am
know in the pit of my stomach that EA is going to fuck it up.
I
And
really think so.
well, it's going to be a lot of people I think are going to be disappointed when it releases. I don't know why yet, but there's just going to be something
Yeah,
that is going to ruin it.
we're just gonna bone it
You
up.
mean like DLC Boba Fett missions?
Sure. That's already pissed me
okay.
off. But I mean,
They haven't
seeing
announced
a-
anything like that yet.
we're seeing like
No.
the flying combat and shit like that right now.
Like this reminds me of Shadows of the Empire right here for
Yes, it does.
Nintendo
Oh
64.
God, yeah.
That was like the first. It's like the first game that let you wrap
Yeah.
an Imperial Walker up, and I was like,
Yep.
"Oh, that was amazing." But the thing is, like the flying combat they're showing in that trailer a lot. Saw a few tweets. I know Jesse Cox tweeted this a lot. He said, "Played Battlefront on the floor. The game is a moderately to greatly entertaining shooter, but the flying combat is next level bad." Like, and he put hashtag fix before release, please.
Interesting.
So, I mean,
Oh no.
that's kind of upsetting.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean,
you know
it's-
what's not upsetting
I want to say it's an early build, but you know, EA.
was this scene right here, where all of a
Yeah,
sudden you're like, what the
well-
hell is... everybody just freaked out. Not only can you play as Luke Skywalker, you can play as Darth Vader. You could play as both. You know, pick your side. You play Empire, play the Imperials.
Well, that was
Rebels.
always the thing.
The favorite game mode, it was like a secondary goofy game mode in Battlefront 2 was both teams were made up entirely of hero characters.
Yeah.
It was just all heroes versus all heroes, and I mean, in that game, some of them were clearly more overpowered than others. I mean, I think Darth Maul was just a walking meat cleaver.
Right.
Yep.
Thadris is saying in chat that there are apparently a lot of invisible walls as well. Was also part of Jesse Cox's complaint. So
Great.
I don't know. I'm interested in it. It seems good if you don't decide to like fly out of bounds somewhere. You know,
We'll have to see.
You should be fine.
You know what? I mean, the problem is it's a Star Wars game.
The
and-
problem is it's being made by EA.
Well, no, but that's the hugest problem. But you know, the thing is here is that it's a Star Wars game, and we expect excellent flight in a Star Wars game.
I mean, they completely gutted space battle missions. They're not even going to be a thing.
They're not even going to be there. I mean, at least
But-
you're going to have at least get the in-atmosphere flight good.
Get
Because
it good, right?
We need to fly jets, man, in fucking space.
Just on Hoth, the whole thing about Hoth is walkers attacking for Imperial, speeders wrapping them up for rebels. You have to get that entire gameplay good for both ends.
Yeah, or it's just not going to feel right.
Yeah, right. You got to make the wrapping them up with a tow cable feel good, and then you also got to give the walker a way to defend against that.
The N64 did a damn good job of making it feel good.
Yes, it did.
That was how many years ago?
That and Rogue Squadron.
So
oh my god!
EA,
Rogue
don't
Squadron.
fuck it up. That's all I have to say.
Yes, look at Rogue Squadron. Just do that.
Yeah.
Just make it look nicer.
Yep. Yeah, I'm interested in it. I'm going to be playing this. I'm definitely going to be picking it up. That's for sure. I'll be streaming it. I'm sure we'll even do like a launch show for it or something at some point.
Oh,
a lot of these games, guys, that we're grazing over here, we're probably going to be covering more in depth in another show, upcoming show. So make sure to stay tuned for that. There is just so much to cover here, so we are going to continue to move right along to another really interesting, surprising game to me. Was Unravel.
This looks cute and actually a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's like an indie game.
Unravel.
It does. The main character is called Yarny. It's a platformer game, and as soon as they announced it, before I even saw anything, I was like, oh god, they're riding off of all these Yarn games that Nintendo's been putting out. But then I'm like, I'm looking at it, and yeah, it's like the same concept, but it's also not at the same time. What was that game? Indie game is in black and white. I can't think of it. Limbo. Yes, it feels very Limbo-ish to me.
I was gonna say, it's got that kind of vibe to it.
They're pitching this as a physics-based puzzle game, and I mean, the whole aspect. I'm sure that's going to play into it. The fact that your character's unraveling as you go is definitely going to play into the puzzle aspect, I believe.
Yeah, is he going to get smaller and smaller as the game goes on?
It's possible.
Is he going to be just like a straight piece of string by the end of it?
I don't know. It's very...
Is that how the game's going to end, with his death?
I don't know, but the art style is gorgeous.
It is.
It does look really good.
And sometimes I like 2D games for that, because they could focus on the background art style and everything and not have to worry about a whole bunch of other bullshit fluff.
Yeah.
Bullshit fluff like... Minions Paradise?
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah!
If there's a Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, or any kind of movie coming out like that, you can be sure as shit that they're going to milk it with a possibly terrible video game.
I love how they had like this gigantic cinematic for this game, and this is what the game looks like.
That's what the fucking game is.
It's a little mobile game. Like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
This is mobile, like, Farmville meets The Sims here.
Yeah, I just don't... Oh, God. Why are mobile games being shown at E3?
I don't know.
Why is that happening? No one wants... Who cares? I want to see the Minions movie, so there's that.
I mean, you say who cares, but really, how many people play mobile games? How many people play Farmville and Candy Crush and all that shit?
You know what? I get that. I really get that. But, like...
I know. It's like, why are mobile games at E3? Well, you know
why is this E3?
It's a big, thing now.
Here's
a lot of people play mobile games.
Here's
enough to
my
where...
games folder. I have Plants vs. Zombies 2, Flappy Bird, Coin Dozer, Candy Crush Soda Saga, Hearthstone, Jurassic World, and some new Farmville Harvest Swap game. It's like Bejeweled.
I need to go to my games folder.
But yeah, I mean, like, I play mobile games a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm excited for them.
No.
Let's see.
Every time that I get a notice on my phone that Plants vs. Zombies 2 is updated, I don't get like super excited and rush to play the game. I play the game when I'm on the toilet every once in a while.
It's for pooping.
Yeah.
That's good.
They showed us a trailer for something we do when we poop.
Yes, that entire trailer is for a game that is going to be played 90% by people who are pooping.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, speaking of Plants vs. Zombies, I suppose.
No, not quite there, but soon. We have Need for Speed.
Another Need for Speed game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, golly.
Definitely, you can see by the cinematics and stuff, they're kind of riding off of the tails of the Fast and Furious franchise,
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
which
The
is a very
odds-
smart move on their part, seeing as there is no Fast and Furious video game franchise.
it's pretty obvious they've been doing that since Underground.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's their whole gig.
Yeah, they're gonna blend the world of Need for Speed Carbon with the customization of Need for Speed Underground.
Good, because I liked Carbon, but
Yeah.
it felt too preset. I don't know. There wasn't a lot of custom shit you can do.
Yeah. I mean, the game looks nice. It looks like a cross between cinematic and footage here.
Hey, I mean, I would like to be able to sink enough money into my starting car to where it'll be just as good as a later vehicle you can get in the game. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Off to kind of the mobile style games. This one isn't exactly mobile, but it started out mobile. It was Plants vs Zombies. This is Garden Warfare 2,
Mm-hmm.
which is
jeez.
a shooter of sorts.
Garden
You
Warfare
know,
was there for a
surprisingly,
while.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
I haven't-
Garden Warfare 1 is pretty good.
I haven't gotten to play Garden Warfare 1.
Yeah, I screwed around with it a little bit. It's really not that bad. You know, team-based shooter kind of thing. They have, you know, different classes and whatnot. And
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you play as the zombies here, right? Not the plants? Or is it
Both.
both.
you play as both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
still love
one
the
team
first.
is plants, one team is zombies. So
I mean, I would have
I-
liked a sequel to Plants vs Zombies that was Plants vs Zombies.
We have that.
Oh yeah, we did. But
you
it
do,
sucked.
yeah. It exists.
It's on my phone. I was just
Forgot
talking about it.
existed.
And surprisingly enough,
One that I
Plants
actually-
vs. Zombies 2 on the phone has regular updates. Free, mind you. Free updates. Where they have, you know, pay to unlock sooner if you want, but as long as you got to a certain progression in the level that came out before it, it's like halfway through or whatever, you get a key, which will unlock the next world. And actually, just recently, the world that came out, they just gave you a free key for the hell of it. So now I'm sitting with all the worlds unlocked with an extra key. So, but Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is coming out in spring of 2016, and it too will be receiving free updates.
Let's keep going.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for sports.
Sports.
And now it's Dom for sports.
Yes. Now to
What do you got for us, Dom?
Pretty much every single one of these games will be running off of the new Frostbite engine.
So it'll look pretty.
Yes, they all look pretty. The one that has me the most surprised is Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour golfing game. Actually, kind of looked really good. It's got both real world courses and some extreme fantasy courses, and the fantasy courses is where it piqued my interest.
Can I play with real PGA stars on Mario golf courses?
Probably.
I like it. I'm sold.
Probably not exactly Mario golf courses, but some stuff that's more ridiculous than the Mario golf courses.
I like a good
Like-
golf game.
Like playing on a flying piece of land, shooting stuff off into the clouds. So, yes.
All right, I'll do it. I like a good golf game. I haven't had a good golf game in a very long time, so I might actually look into this.
Yeah, no, it looked really good. New FIFA game, it just looked like more of the same. However, this is the first time the series will include a women's team. Well, not one team. You can play through a whole league as women. But
Hey,
yeah.
thanks for realizing that women play soccer too.
Yeah, no, I'm really into that. I'm not a big fan of soccer. I used to actually play soccer, but I'm not the biggest soccer fan. Or football, for however you want to call it. Anyway, new Madden game. It's more of the same. It's
Yay.
whatever. Yippee. NBA Live, actually. So I don't know if you guys remember last year when NBA Live for Xbox, the Kinect was going around, and people were using the Kinect, and they were trying to do the facial captures to put themselves in the game, and they were coming out horribly.
Just disfigured monsters.
Make your
some of
basketball
them.
player look like this.
And then there was the issue with people with a darker skin tone actually not showing up at all for the scan.
Or Inside Out.
Yeah, really weird things going on with that.
Yeah.
So they actually brought one of the NBA players up on stage. I don't remember which one it was because I don't follow sports, but they had him come up and do the facial capture, and it worked fine. So they showed you people with darker skin color. It works fine. It is completely fine. And they
took
it
an
out.
NBA star who's probably going to already be rendered into the game
Correct.
and did a facial capture on him, and you expect them not to have pulled the 1-2 switch and show you the pre-rendered footage.
No. It wasn't pre-rendered. You could tell by the software that was used and the lighting and everything that was done. It was directly off the stage. But what they're doing now, instead of using the Kinect, or I don't think they ever used the PlayStation Eye, but there's actually a new app you could download for your phone called GameFace HD, which has better facial recognition. You're using the camera on your phone. If you're using you can get better lighting. That was the problem. A lot of houses, they're very dimly lit. Well,
you don't have
you can just walk outside of your house into the sunlight and get a better
that makes it good.
Lighting. Yeah,
because not many people's game room. In fact, a very small amount of people's game room has proper lighting for good photography and camera effects and shit like that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So that is our sports ball segment.
Sports!
We are at the halfway mark of our show. Halfway mark. We've been doing this for like an hour and a half. We're at the halfway point.
1 hour and 23 minutes.
If you're watching this live, we'll be right back. If you're watching this on YouTube, stay tuned for part 2. But yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys.
Indeed.